Hello everyone, this is Rajitha, currently pursuing second year B.B.A. LL.b. I work as human rights activist with All India Human Rights Association. Our topic for the day is Article 19 of Indian Constitution. Fundamental rights. These are the rights which are guaranteed to every citizen of India within the territory of India and not to any foreigners. This is enshrined under Part 3 of Indian Constitution, which was put to use from 26 January 1950 onwards. These fundamental rights are divided into 7 categories, which are covered from Article 12 until Article 35 of Indian Constitution. What does Article 19 deal with? This talks about a right to freedom in its different aspects. Article 19 guarantees 6 rights to all the citizens of India. These rights will be discussed in the next slide. Article 19 is known as backbone of Part 3 of our Constitution. Now, Article 19, Clause 1, Subclass A talks about freedom of speech and expression. Let's divide this into 3 parts. The first one being to receive information. The second one, to express your ideas, your opinions. Let's understand this concept with the case law. Article 377 decriminalized homosexuality. Using the case, Navjot Singh Johar versus Union of India. This was done recognizing the right of expression. The third concept is secrecy. To keep any communication as a secret. Article 19, Clause 1, Subclass B, which talks about freedom of assembly. This gives you the right to assemble peaceably and without arms. Now, 19 Clause 1, Subclause B is regulated under 19 Clause 3, which talks about sovereignty, integrity, public order. Due to these 3 reasons, a state can curtail certain rights of citizens which are given to them under 19 Clause 1 Subclause B. It is the same article we're talking about right now. Now, if you do these 5 things, your assembly will be considered unlawful one. Now, what are those 5 things? The first one talks about interfering in a legal process. The second one talks about criminal trespass. Third one is using criminal force during your assembly. The fourth one, use of force. The fifth one, possession of property to harm someone. As per 129, section 129 of CRPC, you can be asked to disperse, and if you are not obeying the orders, you can be booked under section 151 of IPC for an offence. Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause C talks about the right to form association or cooperative societies. Now, under this right, every citizen of India has a right to form political parties, a company, partnership firm, clubs, etc. Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause D talks about freedom of movement. You can go anywhere you like within the territory of India. Every citizen of India has been given the right to move freely from one state of the country to another. Now, the sole purpose of this is to promote national feeling among all the citizens of the nation. Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause E talks about your freedom of residence, which is the right to reside and settle also in any part of Indian territory except for the state of Jammu and Kashmir, as per Article 35, Clause A. Now, you as a citizen of India have the right or freedom to reside and settle anywhere inside India. Now, Article 19 Clause 1 Subclause D and E both have similar restrictions. That is, if you have certain criminal records, the police or the court can impose certain restrictions or travel restrictions on you. That is to ensure you do not cause harm to any other citizen of the country. Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause G talks about the right to practice any kind of profession or any occupation, trade, or business. Here, all the citizens of India have been granted the right to practice any profession or carry on any occupation or business of their wish. But this right does not include the right to carry on a business or profession which involves anything which is immoral, such as trafficking or dangerous in nature, which includes drugs, explosives, your selling cannabis, which is illegal in India. Previously, Article 19 contained 7 rights, but later on, the right to acquire, hold, and dispose of the property was removed by Amendment Act of 1978. The state can also impose reasonable restrictions on the enjoyment of these rights, which are mentioned in Article 19 itself. Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause F, which talks about your right as a citizen to acquire, hold, and dispose property. This was removed by the Amendment Act of 1978. Henceforth, it's abolished and not in use currently. The right to freedom is one of the most important fundamental rights under the Constitution of India. Without freedom, there cannot be any democratic setup. People will not be able to grow and develop if they do not have the basic freedom to do anything. This ensures the welfare of the citizens of our country, but through reasonable restrictions, it also ensures that while one is exercising this right, he doesn't infringe the right of any other person or creates threat to society as a whole. The fundamental rights have been included in the Constitution because they were considered to be essential for the development of personality of each and every individual and citizen, and also to preserve human dignity and respect. Most of these rights are enforceable against the state by way of their language, while some of these rights can be directly enforced against both the state as well as a private individual. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the concept is clear. If you have any doubts, please feel free to drop in the comment box. I'll try to answer them to the best of my knowledge.